The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten, he wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold, and the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
You can't make this shit up.
Touchdown! Great against the run. Now on the first service gives them a lot of firepower where they can pressure the quarterback also when he needs it. And the silver and black faithful will say, boy, that brings back some memories of Jack Squirick back in 1983 with an interception right before the half on a similar play and a touchdown.
You can't make this shit up.
Touchdown! Raiders!
Clark. Oh, he's got it.
He sure does. He's got Cooper. There he goes.
And Bo Jackson to the 20 and out in front. And only one man has done that. He's big. Can't run him down. He had the angle, but there goes Bo. And nobody catches Bo. Touchdown.
Touchdown! Raiders!
Yo, Train Trump, the verse.
It's going down, fade to black. When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
How you all doing tonight? It's Thursday night, Raider reaction time. Yeah! We're here. Now, I know that I'm going to have somebody come in. Because I know with this crowd that there's not too many wallflowers out there. And I know that we'll have somebody that can actually participate and call into the show. Because if you don't know the number, it's listed right there. 813-699-0834. It's always good to see y'all. And I mean, I have no problem getting over to your comments here. Good to see everybody. So hello. Okay, well, Bob, man, let me do some intros, brother. I'm glad you know what the theme of tonight's show is, because it's summer. Bob is always on point. You know, when it comes back to, like, Bob was still pissed when Ted Hendricks didn't make it through that round. And he was adamant. The stork needs to be there. I got you. Bob is always on point. I might not always agree with him, but you know what? He's always in there. But who's going to be my person to call in? That's what I want to know. Who's going to be the man or woman
mate or wench to call in, because it's summer and I see all your comments, and we'll go over that. Actually, I forgot about the program, and I have my listing as well. And by the way, it doesn't need to be a football movie. It doesn't need to be a football movie. I'm a sports person. And honestly, the first movie that came to my mind when I'm thinking of great sports movies is Field of Dreams. I mean, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. Randy, good to see you. There's nothing better to me about sports than Field of Dreams. Old Durham is an excellent one as well. But I'm more along the lines of the historical stuff. Blindside was overrated, Michael. Blindside was overrated. I mean, decent cast. Sandra Bullock was played a really good role in it. Rudy, I love. But there, you know what? There's one thing about Rudy, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, and I'm glad that you put that in there, Rocky. Rudy, the whole thing with Rudy, which got the the audience stirred up, was how Coach Parseghian told Rudy that he was going to get a game. So the whole senior year, when Rudy was going through practice, and he would go check the board every week, and everybody. I was going to get to that, Linus, about inaccuracies in the movie. You got it before I had a chance to get it mine, because we're talking about inaccuracies. The program was pretty much an accurate portrayal of college football. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know the program. The program was based upon Florida State University, FSU, Free Shoes University. So us Gators get a chance to smack at that every year. Jason. No. Dan Devine was not a clown. And this is what I was getting at before I got off point. The whole conflict in Rudy was how Dan Devine was a flaming rectal hemorrhoid to Rudy. That's not true. And I didn't know about it until I actually read about it. What Rudy was on, and I was going through some items for it. The conflict with Dan Devine and Rudy, that's all Hollywood. That's all a compendium of the writers trying to make something for the audience. Because Dan Devine was 100% behind Rudy getting on the field. Look it up. Again, I didn't even know. I always saw it, man. And I tell you, the guy that played Devine, I can't remember him. He was also the a-hole in Hoosiers. Great character actor, and his name escapes me. You guys will look it up on IMDb what that guy's name is. Great character actor. He was in a lot of different things. The way he portrayed Devine as a flaming rectal hemorrhoid was just spot on. But if you look at the accounts, look up Rudy and Dan Devine and Hollywood. I was reading it. Dan Devine was 100% behind Rudy getting on the field. So that was all Hollywood bull. And that's one of the things that I like about movies and I don't like about movies. Because I'll tell you the truth, man. Every time I see a military movie, let me get the downs, because you guys are just Yeah, didn't know that. Yeah, I know, Jason. I didn't either. And but I got to use and I apologize. I'm having one of my regular eye migraines. I don't know why. It just apparently when I'm up late and then by the time I do the video and I have these eye migraines and it has bothered the hell out of me. I had it when I was talking with John last week, and it's bothersome because people have a video of me poking at my eyes, and it sucks, but I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. I just need to work through it. But getting back to the point, Dan Devine was 100% behind Rudy. And so that was a fallacy. The program was pretty much spot on. Maria, love to you, darling. I'm glad that you came in tonight. We're talking about sports movies, Maria, and I know that you probably have some. I know that you can participate. I'm still waiting for a caller. No, Rocky, I have to because it'll bother me and I'll be squinting at you all night long. Remember, the number is 813. Yeah, I got Ariel as a co-host for my podcast. We'll be talking about that as well. That should be starting around August. And I'm probably going to have to wear an eye patch because it's always this friggin' eye. But I'm still waiting for a caller. Who's going to be the first one to call in? I know it works. I got Google Hangouts open right now. I got it open right now. 813, I think it's 699. Yeah, 813-699-0834. I'm waiting for a caller. I want your input into the greatest sports movies of all time. And nobody wants to call in. That's amazing. Because you will be right on the show. Any Given Sunday was allegedly a pretty accurate movie. I would say yes, it was. I didn't like it. I mean, overall. And I'm a movie connoisseur. 813-699-0834. I got the number open. Who's got the balls, or for you ladies, who can out muscle the gentleman? Maria, I'd love to hear from you too. I'd love to see who wants to come in onto the show. And I want you to give your top three, but I want you to give you your of your top three, which one do you like the most and why? Because, I like movies that are accurate. There we go. Caller, this is Captain Jack. Who am I speaking to?
Hello?
Yay, how you doing? This is Captain Jack. Who's
Hello?
this? Can you hear me?
Hey, Captain Jack, you hear me?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me? Hello,
Captain Jack, you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me? That hurt. That hurt. A caller, if you called in, I was letting you know I could hear you. That's a bummer because I wanted to talk. So we'll do this again. What was that, you, Jason? Were you the one that called in, Jason? I got the number. Let's try it again. Hello, caller. Can you hear me? Hello, caller. Can you hear me?
Hey, Captain Jack. I don't know if you can hear me. It's Jason Dean, Raider Nation, everyone.
Raider Nation,
You got one good question.
Okay.
How do you think the rookies are going to be with the veterans that they brought in
You know, these guys, some of these guys are on their last leg for a team. Like, we'll see what Tank Carradine can do. We got Arden Key there, Mo Hurst, PJ Howell. I know they're going to be mostly starting with Jelly. But what do you think these veterans, do you think they'll teach the rookies a little bit more than they should? Or do you think the veterans will sit back and say, all right, this is my last shot. I'm going at it. Just want to say, huge fan, Captain Jack. Can't wait to see you in Miami. Raider Nation for life.
Hey, thanks again. Thanks again. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I don't know why you guys can't hear me. And Jason, I appreciated the phone call. I'm gonna have to work on why you guys can't hear me. That kind of sucks. I like to do the response back. Great questions. And tell you what, maybe I will. Whoa, that's a little bit too loud. We'll try it. We'll keep on trying. Thanks for the question, and that was a fantastic question. In response to your question, I think it's going to be depending upon the what is it, the veteran, because if you got a veteran that's a stalwart that's going to be able to hold his own. You know, they're in there to teach, but Gruden likes his vets. So it's going to be a really hard subject for the team, you know, because obviously with the coach liking his vets and knowing that the vets got to teach the system, especially on defense, the guys that know the system are going to have an advantage. Now, having said that, I think that if the vets do their job and teach, and the rookies come in and actually can show that they can handle the scheme, that they will win it out. Because here's the thing. Do you really want to have Breno Giacomini as your right tackle? I don't. I don't want to have Breno Giacomini as my starting right tackle. I got a telephone here. It's not a telephone. It's the Google Hangouts. And apparently, there you go. The Phillies just won, thank God. Because I have my sports on here. So, where's my Washington guy? Mr. Beard, I believe. Tommy Beard. Phillies won 4-3. Shouldn't have even been that close. I was talking to you, and I didn't even see how the Nationals scored 2 in the 9th inning. Anyway, we'll get that phone worked out, because I was here talking with what do you call it, Big L, when we were using the call-in show, and there was no problem at all. If I call in, do I have to shut this stream down? I don't know, Randy. I'm not sure. I don't think so, because you're going to be calling in from your cell phone, and it's going to go into Google Voice. And I don't know why. I do not know why you guys can't hear me. That's upsetting. That is upsetting. I will work on that, and because I can hear you guys straight, no problem at all. And I got my volume up. You guys can hear me well. So I don't know why it didn't go in. Yeah, hey, they did play good against the Yanks the last couple of days. Yeah, Tommy. You knew it was coming, shipmate. Double and a catch and missed a fast pitch ball with the back. Okay, thanks, Chris. I didn't hear you when I was on the phone. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jason. Great question. Back to the question. I think that the veterans are there to teach the system, but ultimately it's going to be the guys that can do what they need to do that are going to step up. I think that Giacomini is there to teach the yeah, I'm ready, Randy. that the vets are there to teach, but it's ultimately going to be the guys that have the best grasp, if they have a good grasp of the system, by the way. Let me move this over. If they have a good grasp of the system, they're going to win out. And we'll do questions. And then what we did is you guys got some great movies, okay? What I did was, because I'm such a movie buff, I had to put my top 3 movies in each sport. Plus, I have a 5th category, which is the category that is not of the top 4 sports. So we have baseball, football, hockey, and basketball. And, Blue Chippers aside, because that really just sucked. Some days I think it's an okay movie, but, I love the role that Nick Nolte played. That I will say that. Nick Nolte played it great. So, Blue Chippers, but as a whole, Shaq, Penny Hardaway, thank God they could play basketball, because they certainly couldn't act. Who was the other big guy in it? Big guy in what? Oh, North Dallas 40. God, that was so long ago. Nick Nolte, Chris Christopherson, and wow. I can't remember. IMDb is your friend. You got a question about any movie, IMDb is your friend. Tusac obviously did a couple roles. He was in Caveman. He was in The Goonies. But, I think who's the most famous Raider who's an actor? Which Raider who was an actor has the most success in Hollywood? Matt Nover. Okay. There you go, Chris. And that's what I said. To me, for basketball movies, because I'm a historian, love Hoosiers. And I also loved the what was it? Glory Road, about the first 5 all-black college team. Was it Western Texas, just now UTEP, to win, beating Kentucky in the tournament? Love that movie. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do my list. And again, there you go. Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers. Jason Dean was first. So good to go on you, Jason Dean. Carl Weathers playing Apollo Creed was the man. A lot of people, well, I should say a lot of people, because some people don't know that Carl Weathers was a Raider. I got something for you. There was a Raider defensive tackle that was in a movie. Yeah, Varsity Blues. Tan. That's my favorite part, man. That chick was awesome. All day the news played made a big deal on how the quarterback from Red forgave. Oh, Josh Norman. Yeah. No. Okay, Matt, you're right. Howie Long played in Broken Arrow, and God, that movie sucked. It was horrible, as they would say. Yes, here's some other ones. If you're going to say Ben Davidson, primarily a defensive end, yes, he played in Conan the Barbarian. Okay. Howie Long, I said, played in Broken Arrow. Horrible. I'm looking for a certain defensive tackle. And if I give out his number, it'll be so obvious. But to my recollection, sports movie for Raider players, okay, yeah. But from my recollection, I got the biggest thrill. And I'm going to say, the movie, do not look this up on IMDb. Do not look this up on IMDb because I'm going to know it. No, it wasn't Lyle Alzado. The movie is Car Wash. No, Ben Davidson was in Conan the Barbarian, and he was a defensive end. The movie is Car Wash. And it was amazing to see this man in a movie. And you guys are IMDbing it. I know you. I know you're going to cheat me. I want to know, because again, I know Ben Davidson was in Conan the Barbarian. I know that Howie Long was in Broken Arrow. We know about Carl Weathers. Never heard of it? Car Wash? Oh my God, man! One of the was it? I want to say the the soundtrack, obviously, with Rolls Royce. You know, that was an amazing. It was a funny movie. Mac. It's not Mac. It's not an offensive tackle either. You guys, okay, there you go. Matt, honestly, did you look that up or did you know that? I want to know. Honestly. Otis Sistrunk in Car Wash. Okay, Linus, well, there are things we can get for you. That's why we have sports movies, because, you know, we don't have sports all the year around. Otis Sistrunk was who I was looking for. If you ever look in Car Wash, and he's the guy, actually his name is Otis. Car Wash? Cartoon about fish? No. Anyway, in the movie Car Wash, Otis Sistrunk played Otis, the short order cook, over at the diner or the burger flap on the across the street. Car Wash was Snoop Dogg? No. Snoop Dogg wasn't in Car Wash. Car Wash was in the mid-'70s. Nope, wasn't Greg Townsend. Nope, I just named a cool defensive tackle. Okay, so you didn't know, but you knew you knew what I was going for. I'll give you some credit there. No, Snoop Dogg. No, not Car Wash. Dog was it Shark Tale? No. Anyway. We're talking movies, so I actually knew something that y'all didn't do. It's cool though. Yeah, Richard Pryor was in Car Wash. I think it's been so long. Now you can. Oh, okay. Did they? So, and that's something else too. I like the originals. And I got some movies on here. No, Hendricks was not in Goonies. That was Tuzak. If we're gonna do in a movie, I love the originals. Because here it is. Here, you guys, or I would say you guys, but the majority of people have seen the remakes. When you think of The Longest Yard, you think of Adam Sandler, and Howie Long was in that one too. But when I think of The Longest Yard, a movie that was entertaining, the original, it was Burt Reynolds. And he throws the football and he hits Ray Nitschke, the great middle linebacker for the Green Bay Packers. He hits him in the nuts. And that is just awesome. That is awesome. The guy Richard Kyle, the guy that played Jaws in in the, what do you call it, in the James Bond movies, he was in The Original Longest Yard, okay? And the movie is so much better. It's so much better. Sandler can't hold a candle to Burt Reynolds in that movie. The Original Longest Yard. Also, the original Bad News Bears. Walter Matthau and the kids that played in that movie, all over Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, the original with Walter Matthau and those kid actors. Yeah, I know he played in both of them, but basically the only reason why he played in the second one was because he gave his support to the movie. But the original Longest Yard was awesome. There you go. And Matt, that's my next one. Brian's song. Yeah, Joe Cap. There you go. He was in the original Longest Yard too. And what Joe Cap is famous for being what? A Super Bowl loser? Remember, the Vikings lost 4 Super Bowls, and everybody thinks that Fran Tarkenton lost all 4 of them. Joe Cap was the losing quarterback in the first Vikings loss. So there you go. And Brian's song. When you have Billy D. Williams playing Gale Sayers and James Caan playing Brian Piccolo, my God. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. That movie tears me up. Tears me up because I know the story. Again, I love movies that deal with history for the most part. So here are my movies. Diana, how you doing, darling? Good to see you, darling. Love to see my ladies in here. Remember, you can call in. I can't talk to you, and I don't know why, but you guys can hear the question, correct? When the caller called in, you guys could hear who was calling, correct? Yes, no, yes. Good movie, Jason, for the love of the game. Kevin Costner's in a lot of the good sports movies. Didn't make my top 3, though. Didn't make my top 3. When the callers called in, you guys could hear the caller, correct? Thank you. Thank you, Linus. I'm glad that you did that. So, okay. You heard yourself, but you didn't hear me. And I apologize. I don't know why. So let me go through my list real quick. Again, I love movies so much, I couldn't just stop at 3. But what I did do is I gave you my top 3 for each category. Baseball. Field of Dreams. Probably my favorite movie of all time as far as for sports. Up close, and I'll tell you what it's close to when I get to it. Followed by The Natural. Love The Natural. And then I went a little bit light, and actually I put the original Major League. Lori, Raider Nation and Erie, welcome to the show, Lori. Thank you for coming in, honey. It's all good with everybody in here. We're talking movies. We're talking Raiders football. We're talking a bunch of everything. Thank you for everybody's welcoming you. Good to see you. I love the League of Their Own, but only because I wanted to do like a little bit of, a little bit different. Charlie Sheen is a flaming asshole, but you know what? In Major League with him and Tom Berenger, the original, mind you, and you get so many good things from. Oh, is Leslie in here? Leslie, thanks for coming in. I didn't see you. When I make baseball games anytime, I always I got you, George. And I said Brian Songs was an awesome football movie. And it is It is one of my top 3. No, actually, I take it back. The original Brian song didn't quite make it. What was I saying? Hi, Cap. Good. Thank you, Darryl, for coming in. Love A League of Their Own. That was right out there. A League of Their Own and 8 Men Out were just on the cusp, didn't quite make it. That's my baseball. Football. Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans. Come on. Denzel. Enough said. The guy that was in that played the kid that got wrecked. Good actor. He was in We Were Soldiers. He was in what is it? Sons of Anarchy. Good actor. Remember the Titans. And you even got what's his nose? The guy that all the girls go gaga for. Was in the new Blade Runner movie. What's his name? Yeah, Opie from Sons of Anarchy. Yep, that guy. But good cast. And you got, was it Ethan? Oh man, I can't remember the name. Oh, and the original Hayden Panettiere when she was a little girl in Remember the Titans. Jerry Maguire I liked, and the rookie I liked. There you go, Ryan Gosling. Thanks, Jason. But they didn't quite make my list. So I got Remember the Titans. Number 2 and number 3 are We Are Marshall and The Express. Again, I'm a history guy. We Are Marshall, the story of how Marshall came back. Wildcats with Goldie Hawn. You know, it was cool because Goldie Hawn was shooting Wildcats the same time that Kurt Russell was shooting the one with Kurt Russell and Robin Williams. Oh, and I love that movie too, about the Taft football team. Yeah, Wildcat, like, so what was the Express was made. Thank you, Jason. I know that's why you got good tests. The Express and We Are Marshall. Gotta be, with Remember the Titans, my 3 favorite football movies. So there's my football. Basketball. And to me, maybe it's because I'm not a big basketball fan. I'm not. For basketball, I watch the conference finals and then the finals, and I can give a crap about the rest of the season because pretty much everybody makes the playoffs anyway. So I'm not a big basketball fan. I'm not a snob, but, you know, Replacements was okay. So, but basketball. Obviously Hoosiers, without saying. Glory Road, like I said, about the West Texas basketball team. Good, great story. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of a curveball at you. Yes, I like Friday Night Lights. That just didn't quite make it. And that whole story, I love the story. Just didn't quite make it. I was in We Are Marshall, working the steel mill. All right. That's cool, Linus. I did not know that. That's awesome. So we got an extra. Nobody's put up the water boy. Going back to Major League, one of the things I love about Major League is every time I go to a baseball game is I always go out, throw him the heater, Ricky, as loud as I can. It's awesome. Love that movie. And get Wild Thing out there. Great. Oh, the third for me for basketball, loving basketball. Because I love Dennis Haysbert. He's a great actor. I love the story. It actually has a story to it. Without compare. You know, that's why I said, Blue Chips. Yeah. This the story just kind of sucked. And I'm getting to hockey. So obviously, we got hockey. Hockey's easy because Mark Wahlberg played in based on a true story. Are you talking about the boxing movie? Yeah, that was a good film. White Man Can't Jump. I liked Rosie Perez. I liked the fact that she went on Jeopardy and kicked ass. I knew all of the when they were doing the questions. I actually knew most of those answers. Invincible, great film, and I have it over here in yellow. You can't see it. Just didn't quite make it. But what I am going to do is, Josh, good to see you, brother. Hey, Josh, my Jeep is for sale again. Is for sale again. So if you're interested, give me a shout. I just got Vince Papali as a friend. I need your skills to help me build my new man cave. Okay. I'm still waiting on mine, Josh. This is just a storage room right here. Trust me, when my man cave is done, you'll see it. It'll be great. But we'll talk, man. You'll be there. This is a storage room, guys. Wait till you see the man cave. And that's one of the things I will talk about at the end, because I tell you, I can't stand the fact that these contractors will not do their effing job. So, we're still on hockey. Okay. I'm talking. Obviously, Slapshot. Obviously, miracle about the 80 Olympic U.S. team. Kurt Russell playing the role of the coach. Put Booby in. Let me what? Let me win. Let me spin. Booby Miles. Great actor, too. But the third one for hockey for me is Mystery Alaska. Okay. Mystery Alaska, and it had a decent story. You have the Rangers coming to Alaska. I love the fact that they get the Rangers out there for the Star Spangled Banner, and Little Richard, who's in this like mink coat, gets in there and just sings it for as long as he can and just freezes the hell out of the New York Rangers. Russell Crowe as the coach. Great film. That's my 3 for hockey. Now, I made another category, and Mighty Ducks I liked, but not quite in that realm. I made another category, and it's sports movies that wasn't baseball, football, hockey, or basketball. And my big 3 there was Seabiscuit. Again, love the history films. Raging Bull. When you got De Niro playing Jake LaMotta and he wins an Oscar based on that, you can't just not include it. And this is probably the one where I will say that the second version was better than the original, is The Color of Money. And I am not a big Tom Cruise fan. I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan. Ali was great. Ali was a great film. But I just love the action in The Color of Money. Based upon, obviously, it's the sequel to the original, which was The Hustler. And, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, great role. I mean, she played a great role in The Color of Money. She was also in Scarface. She's a great actress. Over the Top with Stallone. Ah, man. Honestly, it wasn't really good. It wasn't a really good movie. But, I mean, it had its elements, Sylvester Stallone showing his big biceps. Cool Hand Luke. Yeah, Paul Newman and Cool Hand Luke we're talking sports movies there, Leslie. If we were talking about movies as a whole, that would be top 50, because I love movies. I just could spew out a bunch of movies. What we have here is failure to communicate. Is that good enough for you there, Leslie? That's a decent impersonation. But Cool Hand Luke was great. But again, this is what we do when there's not a lot on. The Rocky series was good, and I'm from Philly as a kid. But I mean, obviously, you can't really get better than the original there. And Rocky was such a great film. Now, obviously, Rocky 2 had a little bit of a, oh, thank you there, Leslie. I'm glad that we don't have a failure to communicate. And that cast and Cool Hand Luke, man, look at all the actors. Go through that on imdb.com and see there's at least 10 or 15 grade A actors in that movie. Famous actors. Yo, Adrian! I did it! My sliced alone. And again, I apologize, guys, man. I hate it. I hate it when my eyes water like this. It's gotta be the fan. I got a fan above me, and it just beats the crap out of my eyes. So apologies there. But I've seen The Quiet Man. Are you talking about with John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara? That was an excellent movie, Leslie. Great film. In fact, you know, I don't really when you think about sports movies, I forgot about that because, you know, John Wayne, think of John Wayne films, that's not one that just comes right to mind, but that was an excellent movie. You know, I love the story about it too. You know, if you guys don't know, yeah, I got it. John Wayne, Maureen O'Hara. Thanks for confirming. If you guys want to see a good old movie, The Quiet Man with John Wayne, great film. Very little sports, but I will tell you though, at the end of it, you get I tell you, I don't want to give away the ending, but go through that movie, go look it up, The Quiet Man, and sit through it. I mean, John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara are great anyway. So the ending is fabulous. The ending is fabulous. It's like the ending to McClintock with the same two people, John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. I love McClintock as well because of the same thing. Then we're starting to get into, you know, other things. And with Invincible, like I was trying to say, guys, and again, I apologize for my eyes freaking watering. I hate eye migraines. I'm going to try. Oh, you know, I even forgot about that. Trouble with the Curve with Clint Eastwood. And I tell you, Amy Adams was the whole movie. I said Major League Linus. Yeah, Space Jam is Space Jam. Raging Bull I have. So I'm glad we had a chance to have this discussion because you know what? We were talking about films that some of, like I said, movies that I even forgot about. You know, here's another one for guys that are out in the Bay Area. I like the movie, oh God, what was it? Brad Pitt plays the Moneyball. There you go. I liked Moneyball too. The Three Stooges. How about the Three Amigos there, Chris? I like the Three Amigos better. We're gonna go there. Three Amigos. Captain, who is your favorite actor? Wow. You trying to tell me Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball? oh, that's great too. My favorite actor. Wow. Up your butt, Joe Boo. You know, actually, they have the and I wanted to get it. They had on what do you call it? They had the Joe Boo on that you can get it on eBay or Amazon. I was this close to getting a Jobu to go, and I would probably put it with my Chucky. In fact, if it's still available, and if it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg, and if I have a place to put it in my room, I'm thinking about getting a Jobu. I would do that. Buddha, Jobu. Jobu, Buddha. You guys work it out. Who's on first? We're talking some classic there as well with the original Abbott and Costello, Dumb and Dumber 1 and 2. Yeah, we're throwing out just movies. That's not a sports movie, Chris. I like The Hurricane. Yeah, with Denzel, because, you know, I'm not answering your question, or it's not that I'm not answering your question. There are so many great actors and actresses out there that's what makes Hollywood great. And that's what makes Hollywood great. I mean, when you put in, you throw out Coach Carter, okay? Coach Carter with Samuel L. Jackson, fantastic. The Hurricane, Denzel Washington. And, the old expression of, and it's a bad joke. It's like, well, what movie is that guy in every black movie? That's bullshit. Because they're the actors that are there, that you have Samuel L. Jackson, you have Denzel Washington, you have Kevin Costner. And then you have these up and coming actors, that like the what is it, the guy that Chris Evans, Chris Pine, actors, and I love the actresses more, obviously, because I think that they can do a little bit more. The range that an actress can show, I think it just seems that they have a greater range of what they can show. Meryl Streep, man, it's just wow. I mean, talk about somebody who can do anything. So that's why I love the movies, and that's why when it's the summer, I go to the movies because I got to do something. I watch my baseball because I pay for it. Rudy, yeah, we were talking about Rudy. In fact, Leslie, we were speaking that the fact that Rudy was actually incorrect with Dan Devine being portrayed as an a-hole when he really was not. I tell you folks, please look that up. Dan Devine and Rudy and what was wrong with it, because that was untrue. Dan Devine was all about Rudy getting onto the field. So we'll always remember that. Just making sure I'm looking at time. If anybody does want to call in, Talladega Nights. Actually, and again, I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but the Tom Cruise movie where he was the race car driver was actually I think a better race car driving film than, if you're not first, you're last. Okay, Will Ferrell I like. I will watch Will Ferrell movies, but they're dumb, but that's why you go see them. Days of Thunder, thanks, Ray. Days of Thunder was actually a very good movie about NASCAR, and it was very much true to life as far as close to what was going on in the sport. And again, I don't like Cruise. I will not go to a movie where I pay, and I will say this, I will not pay to go to a Tom Cruise movie. Notice the words there. I will not pay to go to a Tom Cruise movie. I will theater hop to watch a Tom Cruise movie, but I am not giving that SOB a nickel of my money for the Church of Scientology. Because to me, that's not a real religion. That's science glorified as a religion. L. Ron Hubbard. Again, I don't want to get into religious speaking, but Scientologists own St. Petersburg right over there. Will not give Tom Cruise a nickel of my money. I will go theater hop. I wanted to go see Valkyrie because it was about history, and I love history. And it was about, something that I knew very much about, the July plot to assassinate Adolf Hitler. Valkyrie was a fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. When it came out, I didn't go in. I didn't pay to go see Valkyrie because I don't want to give that man a nickel of my money. But that's just the way I am. So, wow, we're up against it. Almost at 10:56. I will compile, when I got some time, I will compile this listing into a listing of what came out as our favorite movies. But if you say a movie twice, it only gets one vote. This stuffing the ballot box does not go well with me. Come drink a beer with old George in Palm Harbor. Okay, George. I will try. It's a amount of just getting the time. I like that. Now, Palm Harbor is over on our side, is it not? I'd rather drink a shot and probably have a shot of what was it? Grand Marnier, heated. That's what I'll drink. I like that. IPAs, nah. The only beer I really like, and I'll be able to actually drink it, is when I go back over to Europe, providing that I'm still going to Europe for the game. I will drink the English beers because they taste so much better than all of the crap that the Americans have. So, I like the taste of European beer in Europe. And I will drink a Presidente down in the Dominican Republic because that tastes good too. But we're off the subject. I will say this. Be sure to watch this Sunday. Ask the Captain. I want to see everybody here because 3-time Super Bowl winning Raider, Henry Lawrence, is going to be my guest. Henry Killer Lawrence is going to be my guest. We're going to be talking Raider football. I'm in a chair. I'll buy if you fly. George will take care of that, man. Or hopefully so when I see you, bub. But this Sunday for Ask the Captain, be sure to ring in. We will have Henry Lawrence, 3-time Super Bowl winning Raider, the starting right tackle on probably the greatest offensive line I know definitely that the Raiders have ever had. Art Shell, Gene Upshaw, Jim Motto / Dave Dalby, George Beeler, and Henry Lawrence after John Vella. But be sure to join me Sunday because we're going to have a ball. And hopefully I'll get that damn phone thing fixed. Hey, by the way, what is it? Big L, I want you to y'all are sick, man. Debbie does Dallas. On that note, I think we're gonna probably
the autumn wind is a pirate.
We're gonna call it a show.
With a rollicking song,
I've always enjoyed having you guys in here. I'm Captain Jack.
He wears a hooded sack.
And
with a silver hat.
Debbie Does Dallas will not be. It is a sports movie in such a way. But be sure, remember, Sunday, Ask Captain Jack, will be here. Also, next Tuesday, July 2nd, I will be doing a show on the, what is it?
You can't make this shit.
I will be doing a show on the, the Elegance page here. It'll be a call-in show as well. And I want everybody to, if you have questions about football, if you want to talk about something about football, if Elegance is for primarily for folks that don't know football, we're going to teach them. We're going to teach them football. So be sure to look for that Tuesday on the and I'll get the page right. It's the Elegance page with the I'll post it. Okay. Sunday, Ask the Captain. Tuesday, and then next Thursday we will be back here. We'll be here. I'm Captain Jack. Always great talking with you. Have a great one. We'll see you guys Sunday for Ask the Captain. Thanks for watching tonight. We had a ball. Always have a ball with you guys. Take care. And be well, ladies.